Hi everybody, and welcome to Tipsy Tuesday. Sorry I'm so late on getting this done today. We didn't get it done before Angel left for theater practice, and I wanted to wait until the sun went down and it was a little bit cooler to do this. I had gotten into a conversation with one of my subscribers, Granny B, and she was telling me how she makes a slip or a skirt out of a t-shirt. And I said, I tell you what, if you do that video on how to make one of those skirts out of a t-shirt, I will do what I do with t-shirts. I'll do a video on what I do with t-shirts, and I will feature your video in that in mine. And so she did her video, and so her link, the link to her video, will be in my description box. It's Granny B, and so I'm gonna do my video on t-shirts. Now this is a t-shirt that I got, and I just got it at a thrift store, and you can turn a t-shirt into a bag. Okay, so here's one I've used for a lot of years. Okay, the sleeves, the armholes, and the shoulders is what makes the strap. There we go. See, there's the sleeves, the armholes. Okay, and then here's another one I did just recently. I bought a couple of t-shirts from the thrift store, and this one is bigger. Okay, well, I guess that's front. There we go. See, and this is a ladies medium, whereas this is a men's large. It just depends on how big you want your bag. Depends on what size you get. Now basically all you do is, and I'm going to turn this inside out here so I can show you. You just basically cut everything off of it. The first thing you do is you cut off the neck, right along the edge of where the neck band is, so that you have, just this band that you cut off. Okay, and then next you cut off the sleeves. Now there's two ways you can do this. On this one I cut on the inside, and on this one I cut on the outside. And what I mean is this shoulder seam. See the sleeve? Now you can cut on this side and have no seam, or you can cut on this side and leave that seam on there. Either way is fine. It's not gonna mess up or anything like that. So cut the sleeves off so that you have just this part of it here. Okay, and then you cut the hem of it off. Okay, and you want to cut right along that hem, just below where the thread is. Don't cut into the thread. Okay, I'm going to turn this right side out again. Okay, then you take your bottom of your shirt where you cut the hem off, and you gather it together like this. You just bunch it all up, and you wrap that hem that you cut off, wrap it around there, tie it tight, make sure that it's good and tight and good and solid. Then you just simply turn the shirt right side out, and you have your bag. Okay, nice handy bag, for carrying, and it does hold a lot of stuff. Okay, so that's how you make those. Now for the leftovers, these could be used for cleaning, dish rags, cleaning rags, dusting. Really great for cleaning your car, that kind of thing. Cleaning is a big thing to do with old t-shirts. This, you could use that to tie something up with, all kinds of things. So yeah, that's one of the things you can use. Now this is another idea. This is just a little cat house. And all we did was slip a t-shirt over a regular box. Just regular old box, okay? And you put it on just like you was putting a t-shirt on yourself. This is, of course, the neck opening, okay? And you just tuck your sleeves in here, and you gather up the bottom of the t-shirt, just tie a rubber band or a hairband or a string or whatever around that, and got a little cat house that they can play in, okay? Now for this t-shirt, I am going to do the same thing with this. I am going to cut the collar off. I am going to cut the sleeves off. But instead of tying at the bottom, I'm actually going to sew across the bottom of it and close up the bottom of it that way, so it has a different kind of bottom to it. I have to wait till I get my sewing machine fixed in order to do that, but it'll be a bag. It'll just have a different bottom. And when I do get my sewing machine fixed and I do get ready to do that, I will do a video on how to do that. Now the other thing I want to tell you is about, for those of you who quilt, you're going to understand what I'm talking about. Those that don't know how to quilt, eventually when I get my sewing machine fixed, I will do demonstrations on how to do different kinds of quilts. Now for those of you who do quilt, if you have t-shirts that you want to keepsake type t-shirts, my kids have a bunch of them. Basically what you do is you cut around whatever picture is on the front of the t-shirt, you know, like you just cut around the entire part, and you want to leave, you know, enough sewing room around your picture, and you want to sew a border on that. And you take your biggest t-shirt that you're going to use, the biggest picture, and you use that as your model, and you put your border on it. Then you want to cut your border for your other t-shirts so that they're big enough so that when your finished square is done, it's the same size as your biggest one. Okay, and then you just sew those squares together, and then you just quilt them. Now the trick to getting them to work right is you want to back each of the t-shirt fronts with fabric and using either a fusible webbing or a sew-on webbing, but some kind of webbing interfacing to back them up, because if you don't, then the t-shirt fabric is going to stretch and it will be distorted. So you want to back each of your t-shirts with some kind of fusible webbing or sew-on webbing interfacing. Okay, and then you just quilt it as normal. But you can save your t-shirts that, you know, your keepsake t-shirts that way. You can also make pillows out of these by simply sewing the neck opening, the armhole openings, and the bottom opening, the hem of it. You can just sew them closed and fill them with fiberfill, and you have a cute little pillow. And there's various ways you can do that too. But that's some of the things that you can do with the keepsake t-shirts. And you know, it's something, a quilted t-shirt would be something that your family would really love, you know, your kids, if you kept their t-shirts as they were growing up. That's about it that I have for t-shirts. I'm sure there's plenty of other uses for t-shirts. If you have any ideas, make sure to leave them in the comments section. And if you have any ideas that I haven't mentioned, then I will include them in our viewers edition when we have our next viewers edition. Don't forget to go check out Granny V's link, her video. I'll have the link in my description box. And you all have a nice day, and I'll see you later. Okay, bye.